guys, welcome. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend and a very, very happy Father's Day to all the dads and father figures out there. Hope you guys are having a special day as well. I have got a fantastic guest on today, as you can see. But before I bring him on, let me say hi to everybody. So we have got Ren Zero. Hello, good to see you. Paris, Firefly MK1, welcome. James Andrew Morrison, good evening, good to see you. We've got Arwen Avalon. Hello, sweetheart, good to see you. Mark the Infinitely Tired. Hello to the Dash Brother. James Andrew Morrison, hello. Andrew 46 and 2, good to see you. Happy Sunday, D-Bud Martin, welcome. And let me see who else has joined. We've got Dadman Walking 55. Hello, good to see you. Nearsighted Cyclops, good to see you as always, welcome. Let me scroll up and make sure I'm not missing anyone. Louise, hello Louise. Good evening, sweetheart. Hope you're having a good Sunday as well. I think that's everybody at the moment, but welcome, guys. Chris Berger, there he is. There's our other Bash Bro. Welcome. Good to see you, Chris. As you can see, guys, we are joined by the one and only Stone Loki. He is the boss. He is the reason that Rise and Shine is where it is at the moment. He is one of the hardest working content creators on YouTube, so let me bring him on. Stone Loki.
Where did you get that wonderful intro? That's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Top, credit to whoever did that. That was absolutely brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. Greetings, everyone. How are you doing out there?
Doing well. How are you, boss? How's your Sunday going?
It's going well. Thank you for asking. And of course, it is a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. I know I might not sound as bombastic as I do in the morning, but give me a little bit. I'll warm up, I promise.
That's okay. You don't have to be bombastic today because, as you said in the chat, you're on the other side of the table this time.
It's so weird, guys. I'm like sitting here. I'm like, am I nervous? Am I nervous? I'm on the other side of the table. Is this how people feel when they come in? I'm like, no, everything's gonna be fine. It's just gonna be a friendly interview and and wow, I'm sweating. I think I'm sweating. I haven't sweat since I was on Friday Night Frolics. Oh my God.
Well, there's no need to be nervous because we've worked together so many times before. But like you say, this is actually the first time that I've gotten to kind of ask you questions, as you say. So this is interesting. And hey,
speaker. Okay, I will let me respond to speaker if I may. Purple Valkyrie and Mexican Iron Man are going to cover for me in the middle of next month because I am moving. So they're going to cover for me. So when all that was getting planned out, I was like, yeah, I'll do an interview. I'll do an interview. Absolutely.
And I'm not going to take up too much of his time. So don't worry, guys. As I say, it's going to be a friendly little back and forth with the boss and I. So big thank you, Loki. I suppose the first question that I usually ask people when we do these Sunday shows is, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Could you give us a little bit of background on Loki?
Oh, are you talking like YouTube Loki, pre-YouTube Loki?
Well, let's keep it YouTube Loki, because obviously we don't want to pry too much into the man behind.
Okay. I started video editing like 12, 13 years ago, if not longer than that. I started doing like remembrance videos, and I thought, wow, I'm kind of good at this. People were like, oh my God, we loved it. We just cried. We all cried. We all got together and watched it. We just cried. And I was like, well, maybe I can make something else. So I made some music videos, and I worked on that. And then I did some Star Trek stuff, and then I got into a community and did some videos there. And then I created my own community, which at the time was SSO, and Starfleet Special Operations for all the Trekkies out there. And I really enjoyed making like music videos, like fan videos and fan edits and cool stuff like that. And then I was like, well, you know, I'm putting this on YouTube.
Mhm.
But it never really took off. It was never really a big thing. It was just something I shared with friends and family and stuff like that. And then a couple of years ago, I got pushed into the arena. Um,
Funny how that works. Uh-huh.
yeah, and I'd been wanting to do it for a long time, and I sat on my hands, and I didn't do it, and I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Finally, I got pissed off one day at something that someone had written an article about people in the fandom, about Gary, about Jeremy, and it was like they had a picture and they had taken their heads and put them on Yahtzees,
Oh,
real Yahtzees. It was like a black and white photo, and you had Doomcock's head on one guy, you had Jeremy's head on a guy, you had Gary's head, and I was so pissed about that I made a video. Plant Boy, yeah, Project Storytime knows. Plant Boy, it was Plant Boy. And
it
I got
was.
so pissed, I made a video, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make another video. And I'm gonna make another video, and I'm gonna make another video. And I was reviewing Joker when Joker came out, and I liked it. And then I did my first live stream, but I didn't like how much time it took. Like I do a 10-minute video, and it take me like 3 or 4 hours to do that because I was
Yes.
never happy with the way I sounded. I was
Mhm.
like, I hate this. I sound like crap, and apparently that was just me. Apparently it was fine. It just was me overanalyzing. But I did a live stream, and once I did a live stream, I was like, man, that was a lot more chaotic, but a lot more fun. And it was like, boom, it was done. And I started thinking maybe I can do like what is nobody doing? You know, in the fandom, nobody in the fandom was doing a morning show. Mornings were like dead. You might catch one every once in a while where it's, oh, you know, wake up with Ethan Van Sciver, have breakfast with Jeremy, or some weird shit, you know, just like one-offs that weren't repeating. It wasn't anything
Mhm.
that anybody repeated. So I went ahead and I thought up Mornings of Mischief, and I was like, man, that's a kick-ass name, Mornings of Mischief. I like that. Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Originally, it wasn't that, though. It was something else.
It
And
was, yeah. I remember.
somebody was like that's not a really good name, and I was like, yeah, I don't like it either. I think it was pop culture therapy is what it was. And I was like, no, Loki's Mornings of Mischief, I really like that, you
Kind of
know.
rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, so um and I did it, and I did it, and I there were a couple of people there for the first live streams. You were there, and
Mhm.
Psychodorf 9 were there, and there's some people in here that were there at the very Mark. I think Mark was there,
He was, yeah.
and I'd met Mark over at Echo Base, really good guy, Mark, for the kids, Mark. And that's pretty much how it all started, was just doing that and doing it every morning at the same time, Monday through Friday. A weekday morning show. One of the things I used to love back in the day was when I was driving a truck, there was a station that I caught every single morning, and I loved listening to these guys. I absolutely loved it. It was like the morning show that got me going, and that's kind of what I wanted to do, was have a morning show that helped people get going in the morning.
Mhm. Well, I think you definitely succeeded with that. I mean, obviously, Mornings with Mischief has gone from strength to strength over, what, the last bit more than a year. You have
Almost
your
two.
almost 2, yeah? So you said that you prefer doing it live. You still do occasionally do videos. Is it because that you don't like to work off a script, or do you just like the kind of um, so quick doing a live stream, you have to be able to think on your feet?
I like the improv. I do.
Mhm.
There. I know there are some of you out there that think like the stuff me and that Mexican Iron Man do is pre-planned out. Oh, how long did you plan that? We didn't. Believe it or not, we didn't. And that's one thing, you know, me and Mike talk about all the time, is that's one of our strengths, is we don't have a script. We don't plan it out. It's always last minute, jumping headfirst into the pool. And I think I even said that in my very first live stream that I did on my own, was
Mhm.
I jumped headfirst into the pool and didn't check if there was enough water in the pool. But I love doing that. I really do. It gets me, you know, on my feet every morning, just as much as the show might get other people on their feet and going. Just jumping in, and no bullet points, no script. We might have a topic, we might stray from the topic, but that's perfectly okay too.
Mm-hmm. Do you, obviously, as you say, you go Monday to Friday every single day, and guys, Loki has never missed a show. You would not believe, but it's true. He has never missed a show. Have you,
We've come
boss?
close. We've come close.
But it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen. Even when you started out with this and you were coming on Wednesdays, I was there. I was always there. I was always in the back, and that let you guys just like get to know the audience and get to know the system and get a routine without having to worry about all the crap in the back that you have to mess with.
But that's the fun part, isn't it? Is we've said it before, when we do these shows, doing the show is the cherry on top. You know, there's prep work, there's liaising with guests, there's kind of talking back and forth, and then there's finding topics. But when you hit go, that's when the fun starts.
Yes, absolutely. When you hit that go button, especially when you're just like Chris said, jumping into the shallow end head first and coming out unscathed. That's so much fun. It is so much fun to improv, to go in without a plan. I've had people come in, oh, what's the plan? Well, we're just going to talk. Well, what do you mean? We're just going to talk about this. Or it's just going to be, it'll be an interview. If it's an interview, well, we're just, I'm just going to ask some questions and that's going to be it. I don't even know what questions I'm going to ask. I don't have anything written down. It's the same thing with the Dega on Thursday. I don't write anything down. We don't do any prep. We just hit go and go. And that's the fun of it.
And that's kind of something that I had to learn, because when I first did the first couple of shows, at least for me, I had like bullet points that I wanted to hit. And after the first show, we just kind of threw it to one side, and it didn't feel natural. It didn't flow.
No,
this could have research, but that's about it.
This could have turned out very differently, because I almost did the same thing. The first live stream I ever did was on Friday Night Frolics. Doomcock invited me on, and I was supposed to go first, and then whoever was going to go after me was going to go after me. Well, Abunas was there, and Abunas went on before me. And I'm like, that scene at the end of Deadpool 2 where Ryan Reynolds sits down to read the script for Green Lantern, and he's all giddy. He's like, oh, yes. Okay, that was me sitting down. I've got my little list of jokes and things I'm going to do. And I'm like, oh, yes, okay. I'm ready. And then Abunas comes out and he's like, yo, what's up, Phantom Menace? I'm going to break it down for you. And he just goes into this whole thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. Holy shit, he just took my list and wiped his ass with it. What am I gonna do? And I just threw the list away. I literally threw the list of shit I was gonna do away, and D invited me on, and I was like, you threw me under the bus, you son of a bitch. And I don't know if he expected. He's like, well, what do you mean, okay? I'm like, well, Abunas comes on, he's like, hey, yo, let's break it down. He's got the whole chat throwing fucking fireballs at everything. And I'm like, I am so not ready. I thought I was ready, but I'm not. I am not ready.
So in a way that kind of you had to up your game. So you took it as a challenge then?
Yes.
Nice.
I was like, I need to bring it hardcore. This is not bringing it hardcore. Having a list of things here no. I would have been like, hello, everyone. I sound like Coach on that first episode of Echo Base. Go back and watch the very first thing of Echo Base. I am Coach, and this is my partner, Nick, and you are Echo Base. And yeah, I know. No, I love Coach Nick, by the way.
We do.
Big shout out to my brothers. Coach hates it when I tell that story. He's like, you son of a bitch. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably be getting a message off him pretty soon. It's like, okay, you're telling that story again.
You need to take care of a couple of super chats?
I do, thank you. Massive thank you to Psychodorf9. Oh, actually, boss, could you do it?
Psychodorf9!
There we go. Nobody else can do it like that.
Well, sometimes I can't even do it. I need to take a drink now. I'm like, ooh, throat's burning.
It says, Tatty getting mugged for tortilla chips. I didn't realize cats ate tortilla chips, but okay. But big thank you. Thank you, Psychodorf, sweetheart. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, and you were Purple Lady back then. Spike and Madness
yes.
brings up, you were Purple Lady back then.
That's true. That is very true. Yes. Was back then that was Purple Lady. Quite a few of us have actually gone through name changes. Um, but you've always been Stone underscore Loki, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. Since the beginning of the fandom, I was always on the High Council. I was always listening to the High Council. And I was always listening to Geeks and Gamers and Ethan and Jeff, and absolutely love those guys. I wish that there would be like a reunion tour at some point where you've got Jeremy and Ethan and Jeff on all at the same time. But yeah, it was always Stone underscore Loki. I didn't change it until I decided to do the show. And then it changed to Loki's Mornings of Mischief. But yeah.
That's good. I actually really like it that you keep it Stone underscore Loki, because it's so much easier to say. As much as I love saying Mornings of Mischief. And loads of badass, he asks, can you ask Loki his favourite food, colour, 80s band, book, and non-community YouTube?
Like a band that started in the 80s or just like a band in the 80s that I liked. There's difference. There is a difference, because if it was like 80s, it's got to be AC/DC. Gotta be favorite colors green. Favorite food, pizza. I love Italian food. I absolutely love Italian food. I'm Italian boy, so Italian born and bred boy. So I love Italian food.
Awesome. And favorite book?
Favorite book, man, that is a tough question. Because I love Orson Scott Card, the guy who wrote Ender's War and Ender's Game and all those books. Absolutely love Orson Scott Card. If you ask me author, it'd be him or Timothy Zahn. But it's probably a tie between Ender's Game and the Thrawn trilogy.
Nice.
I love Lord of the Rings. People know I love Lord of the Rings. I've probably read more Lord of the Rings stuff than anything, but I love Timothy Zahn's work. I love Orson Scott Card's work. I love Tolkien's work. It's really hard to. You could ask me tomorrow, and I might say, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, because it's just like, man, there's so much good literature out there that people don't even know about. Besides the head guys, the head honchos.
Oh yes.
So.
And obviously, we were talking about music just before, and you're a huge music fan and a vinyl fan as well, aren't you?
Yes. I've got, I think 3 DJ cases now full of vinyl.
Nice.
I love vinyl, especially limited edition vinyl. That's like, there are people that fight to the death on eBay. You want to see some Kirk and Spock shit. Da 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 na 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 da na 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 na. You go on eBay and look at people fighting for like 500 limited press vinyls. You can lose your mind and your bank account doing that.
I know. I've done it. I've gone looking for things like the Mondo special releases that they do, and they go for crazy money, but they're so pretty.
Yes, and they sound great. I love vinyl more than any other medium to listen to music on. You can listen to music on Amazon, the Amazon Plus, whatever it is. You can listen to CDs, you can listen to cassettes, 8 tracks, reel to reel. I've listened to some reel to reel, but I love vinyl. I love vinyl as a way to listen to music. So that's my thing.
Nice. Well, I'll touch on collections in just a moment, but let me bring up a couple more super chats because everyone is being very, very generous today. So a big thank you to Mr. Buckcrack Media. Thank you, sweetheart. He sent us a 149 super sticker, and let me just see what it was. It was let me scroll up and get it. There it is. It's a peach. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good day. It's always good to see you. And look who else has joined us. It's Pappy. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. He sent us a 1999 even super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. He says, hail the great Loki, hail Purple. Loki, please advise Purple that future with Blue Jolly is a future without tacos. Oh. And without summer sexy man thongs. Oh, crap. Oh, when Maria says hi, she misses Mr. Mischief mornings and hail Valhalla.
Hail Mexican Iron Man. Skull, brother.
Oh! We had the best time.
I wouldn't, guys, I would not be where I am today without Mike.
This
Mike
is
has
true.
been there for me. Mike has went to bat for me. Mike has introduced me to so many wonderful people. He's not even a content creator per se. He is a natural friend to almost everyone in the fandom. If you have a problem, Mike is there to help. He is a counselor. He is a friend. He is a technician. Everything you can think of, all the names in the book you can think of, Mike's there. Mike's there to help everybody. So I'm almost a consigliere to the fandom. If there was a consigliere to the fandom, it'd be Mexican Iron Man.
It says stop, you're going to make me cry. Well, it's true. I wouldn't say anything that wasn't true. Mike does give the best advice, so big thank you to Mexican Iron Man. We love him.
Mike's a wonderful guy, and no truer friend to the fandom than Mexican Iron Man.
Well said. We were talking about collections. Obviously, you said you're a huge fan of vinyls. You're a big fan of books. You're very well read. But I know also you're a big fan of collectibles. So obviously things like you love Transformers, G.I. Joe,
He-Man,
Voltron,
all of it,
He-Man,
Voltron, even Power Rangers. The first, I didn't watch anything after I think the movie came out, but the purple people eater guy, I can't remember, Ivan
Ooze, yeah.
But I love the Zords in the original series. I wasn't into anything after that, but I love the Zords. The Dragon Zord obviously was my favorite, the Green Dragon Zord. I love Transformers. I followed Transformers for a long time. Even had my kids watching Transformers. So getting to introduce that to a second generation. Star Wars, I do have some Star Wars stuff. It's not any, I think I have one thing that's recent, and that was Jon Favreau's Mandalorian. The Mandalorian he played with the jetpack and the chain gun.
Oh, yes.
I have that figure.
I remember that one, yeah.
But
that's got an interesting description on the back as well, doesn't it? Which is kind of funny.
Yes, it does. If it wasn't packed, I'd read it. I can't even remember, but the description on the back of it, yes, was very interesting. I love collectibles. I love it, and I take them out of the boxes. What's the point of buying this shit if you don't take them out of the boxes? I don't have everything out of their boxes because I'm packing up to move. But I love pulling them out and getting them set up and standing them up and making them look good. And yeah, absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I don't buy stuff like that to hold on to it for 20 years. I do have some records that I've never opened and listened to because it's like, I'm not going to open a $200 vinyl. And no, I'm not going to do that. But the toys and stuff, the SDC, the San Diego Comic-Con black and green Power Ranger Zord that I got. I opened that. I opened it up. I put it together. I set it up. I love doing shit like that. It's my thing isn't to keep it in the box and wait 20 years and sell it for 10 times. No, I want to display it. I want to display it. I want to look at it. I want to walk in and be like, damn, that's cool. That's some shit I always wish I had when I was a kid that I don't have now. So,
yes, that's one of the things I was actually going to ask, because you're obviously a big fan of collecting. Is there any, I've asked this of other people, do you have a grail piece that you're looking for? Is there something that, Loki needs in his collection but you haven't been able to find just yet?
Probably, and I wouldn't buy it in the box because I would hate myself because I know I would take it out of it. But if I could get a original OG Optimus Prime and Megatron, the Megatron was very hard to find because all you have to do is like push the handle the wrong way and it will literally break the leg. almost all that happened that where like a dongle piece of the handle would be hanging off of the gun because it would never snap back on right because you pushed it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you can't display it, why have it? Agreed. Agreed, Bud Martin. So if I could find one that was like really good taken care of, a G1, actual G1. No, I don't want a knockoff.
Not a
Actual
replica. Yeah.
G1 Optimus Prime and Megatron. Yeah, that would probably be it.
That would be pretty awesome. Obviously, I know you've got a few of the other ones, and some of them are so intricate. I mean, they are collector's items. They are beautiful. But the original G1 line, there's just something really special about them.
Yes, absolutely. You've got so many that were really good, and so many that broke so easily. You know, when those came out in Japan, those were not something that little kids played with. You know, you didn't hand your 6-year-old kid a Optimus Prime or a Megatron or a hot rod or a cup. You didn't do that. Eventually, when the G2 line came out, they were plastic and just they weren't even difficult to transform. But those original first ones, yeah. And June Wong, yeah, you can do 3D prints of the OGs. They do have the I think somewhere there's a website where you can download the how to make them.
That is pretty cool. I love the idea of 3D printing. And Mark says he wants a G1 Soundwave. That would be awesome.
I have a G1 Sound Blaster. Or Blaster. I think it was just Blaster. Okay, two can play. The Autobot version of Soundwave.
Nice. And Arwin Avedon says, my husband collected the B5 ship models and I treasure them.
Some of those are so intricate and so beautiful, and you're just like, wow.
Cobalt has a question for you, boss.
RC. RC. I loved RC back in the day. I thought that was so cool that there was like a girl, and she turned into a badass car too, like a hover car. She turned into a really badass car. I liked RC.
She was a cool character. I preferred her over Elita 1, definitely.
Yes. I wish RC had been there instead of Elita 1, yeah.
Nice.
Of course, you're talking the reboot.
Yes. And then we're going to go off into a tangent on all that kind of thing. And hello to Roger H. Thank you, sweetheart. He sends us a $1.99 super sticker. Thank you. Let me just see what it is. It's a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Always good to see you.
And if I can, Andrew 46 and 2, I've got a couple of the ships from when they originally released. They were the battery powered ones where the nacelles light up and they make the noises and all that. So no, not gonna happen, Josh. It's not. I'll review the game. I'll play the damn game on a live stream before I watch that movie.
I think we need to point Project Storytime towards your channel because it's actually happened.
Ugh, no. No, not that movie. That movie.
Not gonna happen.
How about you and Eris tear that shit apart? Find a video that says Wing Commander is the best movie of all time, and then y'all rip that shit apart. I'll be there.
Oh, that would be good. Getting back to Mornings of Mischief, obviously you were saying that how much you love getting to do it live. You love the fact that it kickstarts your morning. I've heard you say it before that you are so happy to get to do this. You never ever feel like this is a chore. This is all true, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the funnest job you could ever have. This is the funnest job. So is there anyone out there that's going to bash their head against the desk because they have to do this? If you're doing that, get out of this. This is not for you. If you aren't having the time of your life doing this, find something else to do. Of course, there's drama. Of course, there's going to be stuff that happened. There's shit that goes on behind the scenes. I'm not going to lie. But when you are doing this, when you are live streaming, when you are putting on a show, whatever you're doing, if you're not having fun, something is wrong. You need to take a look at what you're doing. I love getting to do this. This is the coolest opportunity I've ever had. I absolutely love getting to do this. It's just as much fun for me in the morning as it is for the chat. I absolutely love that. If that wasn't the way it is, I wouldn't be doing this.
And obviously not just the morning shows. I mean, you've got your evening shows as well. You do at least three of those on your channel a week, plus multiple guest appearances everywhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love it. I've not been able to guest as much as I would like lately because obviously I'm getting ready to move. And that'll be in the middle of next month. But after that, oh yeah. Open up a can of Loki's everywhere. It sucks having to turn people down too. It really does. I hate that. I hate having to be like, no, I can't. I'm getting ready to move. I would not be doing this today if me and Purple hadn't worked something out prior, because she is going to cover for me next month, and so is Mexican Iron Man. So
absolutely. I'm very much looking forward to it. But as you say, that's the kind of beauty of being able to do this on YouTube, being able to forge these friendships. I think you've talked about it before, networking with people. It's so important. You get to meet so many amazing people just doing these shows.
Yeah, you get to meet so many wonderful people. And guys, it's amazing. I said this. I think I was telling this to let me find exactly what I said. I think I was saying this to Mary Mayhem the other day. See if I can find it.
And James Andrew Morrison says, if you can find a job that gets you jumping out of the bed the face of the day, you're blessed. Absolutely.
Okay, so what I said was, I've always found it interesting how we are all very different, yet most of us like to do similar things. And I was talking about gaming. I was talking about game stream, but that's a big thing, man. We are so different. So many of us are different. Look at the life Purple's lived compared to the life I've lived. Look at Mexican Iron Man. Look at Paulie. Look at Eris. Look at all these different people. From all these different backgrounds, and yet so many of us love the same things. We love good Star Trek. We love good Star Wars. So, some people out there love BattleTech. I'm a huge BattleTech fan. I used to love playing BattleTech back in the day, and something I never talk about: Warhammer. Sorry, I almost said World of Warcraft. I hate World of Warcraft. Warhammer. I love Warhammer, the old world. I'm 40K. I am not a 40K fan. So blasphemy, Loki. Yeah, I love the old world. I love the Skaven, and man, the elves, the high elves, and the Skaven, and the Empire of Man, Sigmar. I don't like the new Sigmar game, but I love Warhammer. And there's so many of us that love all these things. That Battlestar Galactica. So many different things, yet we come from all these different backgrounds, and we have these cool things we like. I never thought I'd meet anyone that liked Final Fantasy like I do, and I've met people that love the Final Fantasy games. Nick over at Echo Base, John F. Trent, all these different people that love this stuff just as much as I do, that collect this stuff, collect the figures, collect the books. There's an entire line of books just about like the creation of all the different Final Fantasy games. I got that whole set. I love that stuff. Kevin Bacon.
That's funny. 6 degrees of separation of Loki's mornings and Mischief. Loki's now taking Kevin Bacon's place.
And I've got a brother. I've got a brother in Mexican Iron Man. I've got a sister in Purple Valkyrie. I've got all these wonderful people that have come into my life that I never thought I would have. So I am truly blessed. When you talk about, you love doing what you do, I am blessed. I'll say that out loud. I am blessed for the friendships I've made, the people I've met, the experiences I've had. It's absolutely positively insane. I should not be this blessed.
Wow, I think we, as a group, and as I was going to go on to talk about Valhalla, actually, we've all built this. I mean, you tell the story, and I'll get you to tell it in a moment about moving a mountain. But actually, could you tell that story, and we can kind of pick up from there? Because you always tell it the best.
I was talking with someone about community once, and I said, if if you brought everybody into town, if you had a community and you got up on a podium and you said, I'm going to move that mountain, and everybody effing laughed at you. Everybody, and yeah, whatever. Oh, no, I'm going to move that. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. If I was moving that mountain, though, if I was out by that mountain and I was literally picking up stones and moving it, and you came by and you're like, what are you doing? I'm going to move that mountain, and I'm in the middle of moving stones, and you're like, why? Oh, well, and I give you a reason, and you're like, huh? And you started moving a rock with me, and the Mexican Iron Man comes along, and he sees what we are doing, and he joins in, and then Arwen Avalon, and then Project Storytime, and Parrot Head, and all these people, Chris Persian, Mark Day, all these different people. You're not saying I'm going to do this; you're just doing it. And to me, that's if you want to build a community, that's what you do. You just build one. You don't say, I'm going to change the way everything works on YouTube and I'm going to do this. You don't say, I'm going to have the biggest. You just wait and see. No, you just do it. There's a difference between talking and doing. And I prefer doing. I want to do it. So I just do it. And people want to
lead by example.
Yes. Yeah. Lead by example. Always lead by example.
I love that story, and it rings true. I've been part of a lot of different communities over the years, but the reason why Valhalla works is because people are working together. We have met so many amazing people, so many amazing content creators, as Loki says, over this past year and a half, 2 years, and it just keeps getting bigger and better. The more people that come to join us, more voices that get heard. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah, and it is exactly what we need. We have all been told to shut up and consume. We have all been told. That is a big thing. We've all been told to shut up and consume entertainment, consume what they are doing. No. We can say we do not like something. And if they want to turn around and call us phobes, Yahtzees, whatever, by all means, go right ahead. You'll just prove our point for us. And there are people that are just as bad, and that's part of the problem. Is if you want to talk about all of this, by all means, talk about all of this, but don't tell people to shut their mouths. Don't tell people they're effing idiots for having an idea. Don't tell people that they can't talk about something. That's a big no. What started all of this was basically all of us having a finger pointed at us and told, you're this, that, or the other because you don't like this, or because you like this, or because you support this. That's our choice. It's not anybody else's.
Yeah. And as you say, I think this was a catalyst definitely for you. It was being labelled as something that you're not, just because you didn't want to support something that you've supported for pretty much your entire life that had been changed, and you were just expected to go along with it and not say something. That's definitely. I've asked some other people as well. Do you think that the way fans have been treated, do you think people are jaded now, or do you think that people still love the things they love, like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who? They just kind of go back and fall back on the nostalgia of it.
Yeah, definitely. You can totally, guys, you can like whatever you want to. I had a couple of people ask me, are you going to review Loki? Are you going to review Loki? Are you going to talk about Loki? Come on. And I'm like, no, it does not mean anything, because they already told us what exactly what it was going to be. And now they've got this wannabe Doctor Who 13th Doctor as Femme Loki. She looks just like her. She acts just like her. I'm the superior. You guys remember when it was, I've had an upgrade? Well, she's superior. She's the superior Loki. It's the exact same shit. And I knew that was coming. I don't want to waste my time on it. If people want, but you're Loki, yeah, but I can talk about whatever I want to.
Yeah, you're not beholden to talk about it.
That's
Absolutely.
right. I'm not
Yeah.
beholden to talk about it. And I'm not gonna promote something Disney does. I'm just not until they get their shit together. And I don't think they are going to. I think we're going to see Disney burn before they actually get their shit together.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. And Owen Avalon's kind of sums it up really well. She says, "It's been a horrible year and a half, and you all are very much instrumental in helping me get out of a very, very deep well. Well, we're very, very happy to have you with us, sweetheart. So thank you for joining us." And it skipped on me. Sorry, I was trying to get this one. Parrothead, thank you, sweetheart. He says Loki has inspired many YouTubers and artists to do what they do.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Parrothead. I just people have a right to use their voice, and whether that voice is to change things, whether that voice is to incite chaos, drama, whatever it is, people have a right to use their voice where they want to. If they want to talk about YouTube drama, they can talk about YouTube drama. If they want to talk about stuff going on with woke culture, they can do that. I try and talk about everything. I try and keep my topics completely open. There's just a couple of times where I've said nope, and all that's to do with Disney.
Absolutely. I think there's only two topics that we generally don't touch upon. It's politics and religion. Everything
Yeah.
else is just fine.
Yeah, I don't like. I hate talking politics, and that's a personal choice. If it wasn't, I would totally talk about politics. But I hate talking about politics.
And Manor neighbour of the B665. Hello, sweetheart. He sends us a 665 super chat. Thank you. He says, "Purple, your guest has an awfully deep voice for a lady."
Oh my God, are you assuming my gender? No. Thank you, Manowar 665. It could go deeper. Hey yo, this is Stone Loki coming at you live now. Thank you. Oh shit.
But this comes again. It shows that you were saying that you love the improv, and I would imagine you've got kind of a dramatic side to you. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I took drama. I took drama in junior high. I took drama in high school. I even did drama in my first year and was like in college. But I'd love to do voices. I'd love to do anything funny. I would try and mimic as best as I could. Mama likes a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. We got 18 Jennies now. I love getting to do Purple Valkyrie. Where's my spotted dick? Damn girl, where are you?
There he is.
Bruce the chopper. I love getting to do stuff like that. Lars and Sven, yeah. Hey, Loki. Where are the sailors? Tell the sailors they can park their ship in my port anytime, Loki. I love getting to do shit like that. I love getting to do voices, and I've always loved to do shit like that. And yes, Nash. Yes, it was Az and it was Gary. Az and Gary were boarding, doing their bagging and boarding one day, and they gave me a huge shout out, and I think I was monetized a week and a half later. Huge shout out by Az and Gary, absolutely wonderful guys. I don't think you could get someone as knowledgeable as Gary. If anybody was as knowledgeable as Gary about comic books, it would be my good friend Clobber and Times. Absolutely wonderful guys. And of course, Az is so awesome to have on. Punching a woman in the face for Az.
I love that skull because anybody who hasn't seen the show, there's no context whatsoever.
Why the hell is Az talking about hitting an old lady in the face?
It just throws people, and it always makes me laugh.
I wanted to do something special for Az when I had him on my show for the first time, so I did this like British intro where it was all like the Buckingham Palace and the Guard and, you know, the British, and I, you know, of course I did the British bomber, you know, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I'm punching a woman in the face now. Oh, shit. I got him psyched up. And I love doing shit like that. I love video editing. Believe it or not, video editing. I like video editing more than I like the live streams. I love doing intros. I love getting to sit down. It's something that I don't get to do enough of now. Every once in a while, I'll make one for a friend, or I'll make one, like I made one for Clobbering Times. I made one for you. I made one for Eris. I made one for random people that want one. But I just don't have the time. And I wish I had more time. There's been a couple of times, guys, where me and Purple have been going over the schedule, and I'm like, do you need anything, Loki? I need about 2 more hours for the day. 2 more hours to work.
It was a really bad Purple Valkyrie.
I need 2 more hours to work on stuff that I need to get done. I don't ever have the time. Every once in a while I get to sit down and have fun doing something, but usually I'm in a rush, and that sucks.
It is, yeah. As you say, the show is like the top of the iceberg, and then everything else beneath is all the work that goes into making them, but it is so much fun. And a big thank you to JPPRH1, JPRPH1 even. Sorry, John. It says, hi, Purple. I'm on the run today, but thought I'd pop in and wish you all well. I hope you're having a fantastic day, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, my God. And Fixer says that Gary and Alice, two of my favorite YouTubers. Absolutely. Two fantastic guys.
You know, Gary has caught a lot of shit the last couple of weeks, and is completely unwarranted and unfair. People, what is the saying? Heavy hangs the crown. Gary is such a great guy. Yeah, he has never been anything but nice to me. I've talked to him a couple of times. Absolutely, positively wonderful guy, Gary from Nerdrotic, and he gets too much shit for the things he does. He's always been there for other YouTubers. He's always been there for other content creators. The man does not deserve the shit that he gets. You know, and I'm not going to go into drama, but he gets too much shit for the stuff he does. He's been such a positive force. He's always been there to help people. He's always shouted people out. He's always been there for people. And Az is such a great guy. And, you know, he doesn't deserve any shit from anyone either.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think, obviously, we're not going to talk about drama, but that is one of the things that anyone who wants to get into YouTube is just going to have to accept. It is going to come your way eventually.
Oh,
even
yeah.
very little channels get it. It's just a case of ignore the haters and do what you love, because that annoys them even more. They hate to see people succeeding.
Yeah. And that sucks. It sucks, but that's just a reality of something you're going to have to deal with. There are people that will back you up, stand by your side, like Mexican Iron Man. Just to name a few, there are people that will stand by your side, and then there are going to be people that really don't like you and really don't want you around. And the best advice I can give anyone out there that is doing this or wants to do this or anything is to just ignore the people that want to be hateful, ignore the people that want to talk shit, ignore the people that say you're going to burn in hell, ignore all that, and just do what you do and keep doing what you love. If you love this, and you really do, it will show, and people will show up. People will come around. They will notice you, because it's very difficult to see someone with the passion, the drive, and the talent get ignored. But if you're whining, if you're constantly whining, if you're constantly complaining, if you're constantly saying, oh, we don't get this or that or the other, then you're not focused on what you're doing. You're not focused on what you're trying to accomplish. You're focused on whining and bitching and moaning. So stop whining, bitching, and moaning, and put your money where your mouth is.
That's solid advice, I think, there. And again, do what you love. Life is too short to do otherwise. Absolutely.
Damn straight.
And hello, Tisha Historian. Hello, sweetheart. Good to see you. One of the things that you set out when you first started the channel, and I think you've done incredibly well, is you said you wanted to have as many people on as possible guest. You wanted the biggest, broadest range, as many voices to come on. How have you found that? Have you found it easy, or have you set out to change it slightly, or do you still love having as many guests as possible on?
I love having a huge variety, but at the same time, I love getting people to come back.
Hmm.
Nobody knows about this yet, so the surprise is gone. I'm gonna have Lady Gravemaster back on the channel on Wednesday for
Yes.
Women in the Fandom. I'd love getting the opportunity to talk to Lady Gravemaster. I've loved getting the opportunity to talk to Snowdub. I've hung out on Snowdub's channel a couple times. Speak of the devil. Mark Thankfully Tired. So many people, so many different voices, but at the same time, there are people I love getting to hang out with, like Bird of Prey 5. No one knows. No one. Not Doomcock, Annie Trekker. Nobody knows as much about Star Trek as Bird of Prey 5. He
Hmm.
is the 10th level Pawn fucking Grand Master of Star Trek. I love the opportunity getting to talk with him. I love the opportunity with that having Vance on Tuesdays for I don't know how long we're gonna have him, but having him on to talk Star Trek, talking
Hmm.
Star Wars with Echo Base. Guys, there's no team out there. There is no YouTube team out there that wants Star Wars to succeed more than Echo Base. Getting to hang out with those guys. So it's like it's almost a mixed bag. I love getting to talk to new people all the time and having new people on the show. I also love to have people that I have talked to that I absolutely love hanging out with. So you've got to, I've almost had to find a way to balance both. Because if I wanted to, if I could get them to do it, I could have the same people on over and 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 over again. Have a panel show every day with 8 people on there that are the exact same people that were on yesterday, the day before that, last week, last month, last year. But I want to hear more than just those people. I want to hear from as many people as possible while
Hmm.
trying to have a show with people that I know that I really value the opinion of. It's difficult.
So if you tried to do all of that, basically what Loki's saying is he'd be doing 20 shows a week, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you do it as well because, as you say, you love getting to do this. And a big, big thank you from Mexican Iron Man again. Thank you, sweetheart. He sends us a 4.99 super chat. He says, jealousy, hate, and negativity come from below and rarely from above. Success breeds positivity, but losers breed misery for all they know. Well said.
No one puts the nail in that coffin better than Mexican Iron Man.
Absolutely. And Snowdub, hello, sweetheart. He says, Skull and tuck and roll. Hello, Miss Purple.
Go, Snowdub.
Hello, Snowdub. Snowdub joined me last week and we had a fantastic time. It was so, so funny. And I loved getting to chat with him and Johnny and Puff. So a huge thank you for the last week.
And Jane Ash, why not be kind?
Hmm.
I've had a couple of opportunities to do fundraisers for people. I am blessed that I got to do that. I am blessed that I got an opportunity to help someone out, whether that was Red River Tattoo, Bird of Prey 5, the kids from Mary's
Hmm.
Game Room, her charity. We've got a really cool thing going with her charity. We're going to match for $1, everything up to $2,500 at the end of the year. That is a wonderful opportunity for me to give something that I wouldn't be able to do if I was not in this position.
Hmm. And guys, as much as we do love helping publicly, we also help privately as well. It's not about getting attention, it's about helping people who need help. And if we can't do it, we will reach out to other people and see if they can help as well. And that's, again, it comes back from building a community,
Yeah.
having these connections with people, and
You
why
know
it
what?
is so important.
If Mike hadn't talked about it publicly, I wouldn't say this, but when he broke his leg, there were a
Hmm.
lot of us that came together. Fat Steven Seagal, Paulie, Kai, you, me. Adega Outlaw. So many people came together, and we sent him gift baskets. We sent him flowers. I know Gary sent him like an Iron Man that he had in
You
his
did.
comic book store. It's all these things that we have an opportunity to do because we are in the position we're in. And if it's not about that, I don't know what it's about. Yeah, we can talk
Absolutely.
about fun. We can talk about loving what we do. But when you get to that point where you're like, no, I can make a difference in this person's life, you make a difference.
Absolutely. And 70s Rock fan, thank you, sweetheart. Hope you're having a fantastic day. He sends us a $5 Canadian. He says, I've met so many great people through being on YouTube and joining this community. Kind, positive, welcoming, and helpful people like Purple and Loki. Well, thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, 70s Rock fan.
We appreciate that.
And Nash, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Well said.
Snowed up cinnamon inflatable senorita.
I need pics on that, please. Snowed up.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Exactly. We've kind of talked about the beginnings of Warnings and Mischief, but what does the future hold? Where do you want to take the channel? I mean, obviously, you're doing incredibly well at the moment. You keep getting stronger and stronger. You've just had your 1 year anniversary a few months back. Obviously, you know, the sky's the limit. What will be the next thing for you?
I don't know about the next thing. I know that one day I would love to do a charity to help out people that want to be content creators. There's so many different people out there that have different thoughts and different aspirations and different ideas, especially about pop culture. So I would love to help at some point. That's something that I've talked to Mexican Iron Man about. I would love to be able to help bring more talent to YouTube. It doesn't matter who they are. People can call us ISPOs, Yahtzees, all we want. All I care about is how people see things and how people their point of view. Because we're, like I said earlier, we're so different. We are so different, yet we love things that we never thought maybe other people would love, or that we have such a love for Star Trek or Star Wars or BattleTech or Warhammer, whatever it is.
Just most random things people can be fans of, and then you can have a connection with them. It's amazing sometimes.
And what JJ said right there, JJ Sith Lord,
Yeah.
that is the epitome. That is the epitome of what I'm talking about. Me and him may disagree. We may disagree on shows. We may disagree on this. We may disagree on that. But there is a respect for the fact that he is putting his opinion out there. I am putting my opinion out there. And even if we disagree on that opinion, I'm not telling him to shut the hell up. He's not telling me to shut the hell up. Why? He's not saying, well, Loki needs to burn in hell for his opinion, because that's all SJW fucking horseshit. That is all SJW horseshit. We're not like that. And we need to prove every day that we're not like that. And that, you know what, just because I don't like something, that's why I created the comic book roundtable, was because I love those chats at lunch where you were sitting around the lunch table arguing in junior high about comics. Some people even did it in high school. I don't know. But you could completely disagree on a character, but at the end of the day, you still love comics. I still love comics. So,
and a massive thank you to JJ Sith Lord. It's always good to see him in chat. So thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. And speaking of comics, that's Stephen. Thank you, sweetheart. He says, when they start calling us Unos, we're in trouble. And Fat Stephen, again, one of the hardest working people that I know. He has worked so hard on his channel these past few months, and he's reaping the rewards because of it, and we are so proud of him. So well done.
And I'm not saying this ever happened to you because you're a girl, but how many guys out there remember being in elementary school or junior high, even high school, and getting in a fight, a physical altercation, and beating the hell out of each other. But at the end of the day, you walked off and you had a better understanding of that person and a respect that changed the way you looked at that person. One of my best and oldest friends, first thing we ever did was have a fight. And after that, we were best friends, and we're still best friends. He's still my brother. So it's one of those things that just because, you know, you disagree with someone doesn't mean that you have to have some underlying hatred for that shit.
Nick and Coach tell a very similar story. You know, they weren't friends to begin with, but they've been best friends ever since.
Yeah, Coach will tell that story. He did not like Nick at all. And then he saw him reading a Star Wars book. He's like, "You like Star Wars?" Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they hit it off, and suddenly they were best friends.
And that's, again, it's the power of fandom. It's how it brings people together. And Kip Ellis, thank you, sweetheart. He sends us a 149 super sticker. Let me just see what that one was. And it's the unicorn. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And Mexican Iron Man says, I once got in a fight with my best friend at lunch. We both got suspended and sent home. By dinner, we were at Burger King and sneaking into a B-movie cinema that night. I think it's slightly different for girls, but I can absolutely see what you mean. You know, you have this kind of conflict with somebody, you think you're never going to be friends, and then boom, suddenly there's something that kind of draws you back together, and that's the power of fandom. That's the power of, you know, having this thing that you love, and you know, this is why we do what we do. Why people say, why do you fight so hard for IPs? It's because it's part of who we are. You know, there's got to be something that people love, some sort of escapism, and having that escapism eroded, that's why we do what we do.
Yeah. And sometimes that's against even the people that create them. You mentioned books earlier. I love the Gunslinger saga, the Dark Tower saga, and Stephen King. I absolutely, I hate that man, but I love his work.
Yep.
And I will freely admit, just because I don't like the guy doesn't mean I don't like his books. Just because I don't like him as a human being doesn't mean I don't like his work. And we are able to make that divide. If you are bringing good content, if you are bringing things that have shaped our lives, if you are bringing things that we have enjoyed, that we have loved, love that stuff. You might not have to like the person, you might not have to like the company, but if they are bringing you things that you love, that you cherish, that you care about, love and cherish those things. We are not a fandom of just because this person said this, we hate all this stuff. That's what SJWs do. That's how they act. We don't need to act like that.
No. And we've seen how quickly that they turn on each other. And that's the one thing that people here do not do. And in the wider community as well, in general, you know, we have each other's backs. And I always love to see that. You know, when somebody needs something, people rally around them. You know, we could be on opposite sides of the world, but people will still go out of their way to help. And Too Much 77, thank you, sweetheart. He says, one of the positives of the last year and a half has been my introduction to this community. It's opened my eyes to a much wider and richer world. Well said.
Yes,
thank you.
Absolutely.
And Snowdub nails it as well. Laughter is a universal language. That's why I stick with comedy on my channel. Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. But that's why we do what we're doing. That's why Loki does what he does. That's why he encourages so many other channels, and this one included, guys. As I said at the beginning of the show, Rise and Shine would not be Rise and Shine were it not for Stone Loki. So thank you.
You had it. If you didn't have it, I wouldn't have ever said you need to do it. You had it. It was there. You just had to have someone push you a little bit off that ledge and go head diving into the pool like I did. I love that. I love that. Just dive in and have fun. Don't, for anybody out there that does this, let me end it on this. Do not look at your numbers. Do not look at your analytics. I had someone tell me once, you're acting like a child. Of course you look at your analytics. No, You don't, because that's not what is important. Those numbers are not important. The numbers, how many people you have in chat, how many people look at your video, how many people you look at this. Oh, I've heard it. I have heard this. I have heard this. I have literally heard this. I worked so hard on this and barely anybody looked at it. Did you have fun making it, or did you just make it to make it? If you're not having fun, something's wrong. And that's what it all comes down to. If you're not having fun, something is wrong, and you need to relook at what you're doing. I'm not saying quit. I'm just saying take a long look at what you're doing.
Reevaluate.
And reevaluate what you're doing. Because
Absolutely.
this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be the fun shop. How many people out there are like, man, I would love to do YouTube and I would love to do this. And how many people out there said, I would love to be this person? There's a difference. There is a difference between longing to be someone else and longing to do this. I have had a plethora of shitty jobs. How many people out there has had a plethora of shitty jobs that they hate doing? This is the first thing I've done where I love getting to do it. I love waking up in the morning. I love hitting that intro. I love it all. And if you're not loving it, if you're not having fun with it, if you're not enjoying yourself, something's wrong.
Wise words, absolutely. And guys, take it from somebody who knows, someone who I've learned from, as well as a lot of you other guys. It is Stone Loki. So thank you so much, boss.
Thank you.
Tell everybody what you've got coming up next and where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me over at Loki's Mornings of Mischief. I'm on 8 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday through Friday. We have a really good comic book roundtable on Tuesdays that rotates. We're going to have Esh. We're going to have Esh on the channel on Tuesday, and we're going to have Purple Valkyrie visiting as guests on Tuesday. That will be on my channel this week. We rotate. So the way we rotate is my channel, Fat Stevens' channel, Eris of Chaos's channel, Clobber on Snime's channel, and 24 is going to start hosting his own comic book roundtable.
Yes.
So he's going to get thrown into that rotation. So it'll be every 5 weeks. It'll be back on my channel. That started out on my channel. It was me and Mexican Iron Man's idea. We started it, but it has evolved into something for everyone because I wanted to make sure everybody was getting eyes on their channel, not just my channel. I love that. I love the fact that we're now rotating through it and everybody's getting a chance to host it. It's really a cool thing that we get to do. That
it does work incredibly well. It really does. And as you say, you innovated as well because you've got the Women of the Fandom on Wednesdays, and then we do the game streams, and then we get to have the spooky stories with Dagger. So much content and so much variation on your channel. It's amazing.
Someone told me if I actually focused on one thing, I would do a lot better. And I was like, yeah, but what would be the fun in that? I don't want to talk about the same thing. I don't even listen to my streams. I don't go back and listen. I bet you learned from that. No, I learned from doing, not from going back and looking at that all over again. I did it. I did that. It's done. It's over. Move on. We'll do the next thing. And I love getting to do that. So I love getting to talk about a wide variety of everything. It keeps me from being in a niche of we have to talk about this. I can talk about whatever they want. And you know what? There are YouTubers out there, and if that's how they find fun, so much the better for them. That's just not fun to me. I want to talk about everything I possibly can to talk about with a wide variety of people. And that's what's fun. That's me. Find what's fun for you. And if that's talking about Star Wars, do it. Star Trek, do it. A variety, do it. Whatever it is that gets your dander up and gets you, yeah, get coming on Psychodorf 9 and shit like that. Do it. If it's fun to you. If it's fun to you, do it. Getting to do all that. I love that. Telling Fat Steven to go eat a chicken nugget or a cupcake and shut the fuck up. I love doing that. And he gets a kick out of it because he's my friend. And some people might be like, damn, Loki, you told him to shut the fuck up. I love him. He knows it.
It's said with love, absolutely. Well said. And yeah, some of the best shows we've ever done are the ones that, we didn't have a plan for. you may have said that we're going to do one thing, but it can go completely off the rails. And being able to kind of adapt is a learning curve. Absolutely.
And big shout out to T-shirt. I didn't know you lost your job, brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I'm sorry, brother. That I know how much that sucks, but as a person that likes to look on the bright side, maybe you need to look at something else. Maybe there's something else out there that'll make you feel a lot better every day when you go to work. I don't know. Maybe, you know, that I could be completely wrong, and that could have been the job that made you want to get up every day and go to work. I don't know. I just know I love doing this, and this gets me up every day, and try and find a positive.
Absolutely. Well said. And hello, Dave Bob. Good to see you. It says Stone Cold Loki takes no prisoners.
My brother from another mother, the rooster in the hen house, Dave Bob.
Absolutely. Another one who was with us from the start. So huge thank you to Dave Bob. Loki, thank you so much for joining me today. I know generally don't do Sundays, as you said, but I'm very, very honoured that you joined me today. So thank you.
Well, thank
guys.
You. She works more. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No,
she works harder than you think she does. She reaches out. She contacts other content creators. She has much to do behind the scenes, as I do on a daily basis. She works her butt off, and she doesn't get paid for it. She doesn't get, this isn't something that, you know, I'm not paying her to, this is something she asked if she could do. And I was like, if you can help, yeah, I would love some help. She is a hardcore working machine. So thank you. Seriously. Thank you.
No, it's my honor. It's my pleasure to get to help you, to get to help anybody else, to get the guest. You know, as we said, it is all about building those connections, building friendships. And that's what we love to do. So thank you for that. Thank you to the chat. You guys are amazing as always. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Stone Cold Loki, well, one, why not? But two, all of these links in the description. The Bash Brothers have been putting the links out. So thank you for that, guys. As always, you'll be back tomorrow morning, won't you, boss?
Indeed. Nice. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet, but I'll be back tomorrow morning.
I will also be back tomorrow morning, and I will be joined by Pat S, and I cannot wait to get to chat to him. So that should be a heck of a lot of fun. And I've actually got all of this week planned, so looking forward to that. So a massive thank you to Loki. This was a great opportunity to get to chat to you. It just feels weird, doesn't it?
It does. It does. I feel like I talk too much. Usually I don't talk.
No.
Like, am I taking up all the mic time? Shit.
Oh, and thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Snowdog. He's just joined us as a member. Thank you so very much. It is my absolute honor to have you. So thank you,
a berserker. Guys, yeah, that sounds berserker. Right.
Nice. I'm gonna have to start getting some skulls again. I think that would be pretty cool. Yes. But a huge thank you to everybody who's joined, who sent super stickers and super chats. You guys are amazing as always. We do have the best chat. We always say that, and it's true. We do.
It's true. It is true.
And so, guys, we will both be back, as we said, tomorrow. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. A very happy Father's Day to all the dads and to all the father figures out there. And thank you, guys. Mwah.
Have a great one, everybody.
Bye, guys.